The girl only wanted to see what the moon looked like through a telescope, but as she zoomed in, she froze in place, because on the moon, there stood a lonely little wooden cabin, and the white-haired old man who walked out of it was none other than her grandfather, who had passed away long ago. Instinctively, she waved toward the night sky, but the 380,000-kilometer distance cut off every possible signal. The old man simply sat quietly in front of the cabin, staring unblinkingly at the distant Earth. From that day on, the telescope became the center of the girl's life. Every afternoon, when the school bell rang, she would rush home, eagerly pointing the lens toward the moon. She noticed her grandfather always sat outside the cabin on a wooden bench at the same fixed time, motionless, gazing at that blue planet, as if waiting for someone. To convey her longing for him, the girl tried every possible way, but in the end, all her efforts vanished without a trace. Looking at the lonely figure on the moon, tears slowly filled her eyes. Soon, Christmas arrived as scheduled. Laughter and joy filled every corner of the house, yet her grandfather on the moon still sat in the same old place. Suddenly, a Christmas gift box tied with ribbons drifted down along the moonlight. The grandfather opened it in surprise, only to find a telescope, the exact same kind the girl had. She hurriedly lifted her telescope and aimed it toward her own home. At that moment, his granddaughter was pressed against the window, waving with all her strength. The old man's eyes instantly grew moist, and he gently waved back toward the Earth. From that day on, the telescope was always placed by the girl's window, because she knew there was a pair of eyes on the moon watching over her, and inside the little wooden cabin on the moon. The old man often held up his telescope as well, because he knew there was a small figure on Earth thinking of him every single day. A bond that crossed the sea of stars finally found warmth in each other's gaze.